We're here with Tippy Elgar, and you're representing your film Screw Loose. What can you tell us about the film?
So Screw Loose is all about two characters who have mental health issues and identity issues. And it's all about love, it's about friendship, and it's about how these two characters come together to help each other kind of find out who they are, really. And as a supporting actress to a lead male, it was really great to have a character who was multi-layered and interesting, and someone who, I guess, had their own backstory. So it was a real pleasure to play her character.
How did you become involved in the project?
I cast for the character of Rachel, and obviously met Dan, and was very, very pleased to get the part.
What else will we have seen you in?
Yeah, I've been luckily very busy at present. I've just come back from the Toronto Inside Out Festival, which is one of the biggest LGBTQ festivals in the world, actually, with a film called Love on the Cards, where I play a lesbian character. Again, it's a really beautiful love story. So it's been a real pleasure and a privilege to be able to be invited to Toronto to showcase our film. And also I write as well. I've just written a short film called Midsummer, which is going to be produced in July. And again, that's a film about pollution and climate change, which is very current today. And it explores the four characters of earth, air, fire and water. And we're lucky enough to have a fantastic composer on board who composed some of the music for Blue Planet. So that's a project that is a real passion project for me at the moment, and that's what I'm kind of quite immersed in at the moment.
You play quite a fierce character, I would say, in Screw Loose, and then meeting you today, you seem quite lovely. How easy do you find it to turn on that level of ferocity?
Well, that's quite an interesting question, actually. I study the Meisner technique, which is all about living truthfully under set circumstances. And I guess when I am developing a character, I always have the kind of the thought that she's already in me, she's already part of me, and it's just a matter of kind of discovering her. And I was able to kind of get in touch with all those feisty parts of me, which was really empowering and really exciting, actually. So I really enjoyed it. And
how do you find playing these kind of two-hander roles? Because, you know, it's quite a long period of time for two people to be carrying off a lot of the drama that you're carrying out. Do you enjoy this type of work?
I absolutely love it. Yeah, I really love connecting with people. I mean, as an actor, you have to be able to connect with somebody, and on screen it really shows. And luckily, David, who was the lead actor, David and I got on really well from the start. And throughout the rehearsal process, we were able to develop our characters and share experiences. And it was a pleasure to work with him, actually. It was good.
What's your favourite kind of genre to work on?
I like that question. Do you know, I don't really have a favourite genre. I've done horror, which is always really fun because you get to be really gruesome and sort of quite melodramatic in a way. I love comedy. Recently I was in a TV pilot where I played a really moody character who works in a job centre. So that was really fun. Drama, obviously, and now I'm part of kind of the LGBTQ film community. That's thrown up a lot more interesting roles in terms of, a character exploring her sexuality and relationship with other women. I don't have one specific genre that I like. I kind of like the challenge of a range.
Good. What about like the bigger picture? How do you feel about the current film climate?
I think being in film at this particular time is is really exciting, because actually people like me who are actors, we are able to write our own work and get it produced, and it throws it open to all kinds of people from all different walks of life to share their stories and share their experiences, which I think is really important, and particularly for women, particularly in certain cultures and countries where there's issues with oppression. To hear those stories are really important. And a lot of people say, oh, we've heard all about the LGBT stories, but actually going to Toronto and going to the Inside Out Festival, it was an absolute eye-opener as to how brave and how incredible that community is, and it kind of was such an education and such a privilege to go and watch those films and to hear their stories. So I think it's a really exciting time in filmmaking. Absolutely, yeah.
Just a little bit of background on you. How long have you been acting, and what was it that brought you into this career?
So I started off as a physical theatre actor, performing in lots of kind of small spaces and kind of site-specific work. And then only quite recently, really, within the last kind of 5 years, have I got into screen acting, and I feel like this is where I need to be. This is my place. I feel like it's got a very different dynamic to acting on stage. It's a completely different kind of skill, acting skill, and it's something that I'm just throwing myself into 100% and just absolutely loving every moment. And it's challenging me as an artist, it's challenging me as a creative person, it's challenging me in terms of stories that I want to tell and characters that I want to show. I just feel like it's a privilege to be working in this industry, and I just love my job. Not many people can say that, I guess.
So looking at the big screen films that are currently out there, or have been and fallen before, if you could play a character in any film that you love, who would you play?
I think it's got to be Cate Blanchett in Carol.
Okay.
I think, she's one of my favourite actresses anyway, and I just think she's just star quality, and the way she played the character of Carol was really interesting because she was a woman struggling in the times. She was a woman struggling with her sexuality, struggling in her marriage, but essentially it was about love and falling in love, and playing a really strong female role is something that I'm really passionate about, and finding scripts that have strong, multi-layered female characters in are what I'm looking for, what I aspire to have.
Well, I'd just like to thank you for joining us at the Romford Film Festival. It's been an absolute delight talking to you.
Thank you.
Thank you ever so much.
Thank you.